It's great to see you all here, and I know many of you have come from around the UK to make this a national event. On that basis, can I ask that tour rules apply? What's said on tour stays on tour. I got into a bit of trouble at last year's event. I mentioned my wife when I spoke, and by the time I sat down, my wife wasn't actually here, but by the time I sat down, I really got an insight into the power of women's networking. I had a text telling me, stop talking about me. So I'm not going to talk about Angie this year, but I would encourage you to enter the charity raffle. I was recently at the Women of the Future Awards down in London, and I won the charity raffle. I won the complete hair makeover. I haven't yet had it, but I am looking forward to a session with the creative director and the colour director at Saks in London. This is the culmination of many regional events around the country, and I want to start off by congratulating all the nominees and all the finalists. We sponsor Forward Ladies at HSBC because we see the aims of Forward Ladies as being something that we really want to get entwined with, helping develop professional women. And we've got many role models here today, and it's right that we're celebrating the success that many of these role models have achieved. But there's a lot of work still to do. We are making progress, but there is work to do. And I was looking at some data earlier which showed that in 2011, there were 21 FTSE 100 boards that had 0 female representation. That's now down to 0. Back in 2011, only 13% of FTSE 100 directors were female. Pleasingly, that's now up to 23%. But as I said, there is still work to do. We see more female entrepreneurs setting up their own businesses. But what we interestingly see is that those female entrepreneurs are less likely to access external finance. There's a higher degree of risk aversion amongst the female entrepreneurs than the male entrepreneurs. And that can be restrictive because if a business isn't taking on finance, it does restrict its capacity to grow. So one of the things I wanted to mention today was the Elevator campaign that HSBC has launched. And if you go to our website, if you Google HSBC Elevator, it will take you to the website. And what we're looking for are businesses across the UK that turn over less than £10 million to upload a 90-second video of your business idea. What's going to take your business to the next level? And the winning entry will get £150,000 to help that come to reality. Now, entries are open until the 30th of November. I checked this morning, we'd had 150. So it would be great if we could get some Forward Ladies to enter the Elevator campaign and perhaps walk away with that investment. Now, my involvement with Forward Ladies goes back about 4 years. And I've also recently joined the He for She agenda, which is a movement set up by the United Nations. And that is designed to encourage more men and boys to get involved in the fight for gender equality and the eradication of discrimination. And I wanted to share with you why I get involved in these things. And this is why. This is my daughter, Ava. Many of you are now thinking, he must have married really well. I did. And for that, tour rules do not apply. But Ava's 8 years old, and I want Ava to grow up in a world where she has no barriers, where she can become whatever she wants to be. I had a very interesting conversation with Ava. If there was one word to describe her, it's determined. And this was 3 years ago. She has an older brother and a younger brother. And I was saying to her, I think you should start playing football. She didn't want to do that. And I said, I really think you should do it. I think it would be good for you. I think, it would give you exercise. Your brothers enjoy it. I think you should do football. No, I don't want to do football. So then I kind of went into kind of management mode. And I said, well, put it this way. I think you should, because in reality, you're going to be going anyway. Because you've got an older brother and a younger brother. You can either join in, run around and keep warm, or you can stand on the side and get wet and cold. So she went away, and then I followed up a couple of days later. I said, what would it take for you to play football? And she came back to me and she said, pink football boots. And I thought, well, that's easily resolved. We got the pink football boots, and she started playing football. And she's loved it, and she's been the only girl in the team. But what's great is it's given her a real sense of confidence. She's treated as an equal by her teammates. You'll notice that she's got white boots. So whilst her brothers seem to manage with one pair of football boots each, Ava now has multiple pairs. And it will depend on which kit she's wearing, how she's doing her hair, what the weather's like, as to which pair she chooses to wear. But I was with Griselda a couple of months ago at a Women in Leadership round table. It was being chaired by Lady Barbara Judge. And for those of you that don't know Lady Barbara Judge, she's had a very distinguished legal career, and she now chairs the Atomic Energy Commission. And one of the people in the round table, one of the ladies made a question, and it was, I don't know what to call myself when I'm chairing something. Am I the chair? Am I a chairperson? Am I the chairman? And what Lady Barbara Judge said was, be whatever you want to be. And I thought back to Ava's football, because last season at the end of a game, the coach would get the team together, and his opening words at the end of the game would be, well played, boys. Did you enjoy that? And there was one voice every week that would say, I am not a boy. And I felt really proud. It was rather amusing. The mums on the side of the pitch would give over a little cheer. But I felt proud that she had the confidence to speak up on that. Well, something great happened a few weeks ago. For the first time, she's been playing for 3 seasons. For the first time, she got man of the match. And I said to Ava, does that mean we need to buy a Lady of the Match trophy? And she said, no, I'm man of the match. And it just struck me that she can be whatever she wants to be. The final photo that I'm going to share is the team. And they are a team. They support each other. They accept each other. There is no unconscious bias. You know, they're a great bunch of kids. And it really got me thinking that we're rightly here to celebrate the role models of our generation. But I think there's a lot we can actually learn from the next generation. They're getting it right. The reason I know they're getting it right is that photo was taken at the end of last season. And this year, 2 more girls have joined the team. So when I look at the guys in the room, we should be looking at those boys as role models, particularly for the he for she agenda. And it's actually our generation that will be the barrier to that generation delivering on it, because it's the influences that we exert that could hold them back. So my plea to everybody is, it's down to all of us to create the environment where the next generation can take forward the work of Forward Ladies, the work of our nominees and finalists, and take it to the next level. I hope that you enjoy this afternoon's event, and thank you for allowing HSBC to be part of it.